So this is probably one of the craziest things I've seen in the Epstein Files, and this answers so many questions for me. So there was a bunch of emails. You can look this up right now. They confirmed the Targeted Individual Program, which uses neuroweapons and V2K, which is voice-to-skull technology. And there was a bunch of videos on this years ago. Nobody really paid attention to it. I believe I watched one earlier. Dude named is Woody Norris, and he talked about the technology that he invented that he sells to the military. He says he sells some of the items for like $70,000 a pop, and they're buying them as fast as he can produce them. And what this technology is, they use radio waves and frequencies to implant not only thoughts but voices in your head. And they have a class full of kids, and they're demonstrating it. He also took one of the devices to a library because they said they like to test them in the library because it's one of the most sound sensitive places that you can test this at because it's silent, right? So you see him across the room directly, literally, he got the microphone with the device. He's like, hey, you looking at the computer. Dude way over there, he looking up. So what this technology is, or what they try to describe, they was using it for the military, was saying, hey, we can set up some troops over here on this hill, and we can act like we're God and talk to a terrorist and maybe talk him out of, self-blowing up or just whatever terroristic acts that they're doing. We can implement voices in their head to make them believe Allah told them, hey, stop what you're doing type shit.
Right.
And this made me think all the people who we thought lost their mind.
Schizophrenic.
That's
what I was thinking.
Whacked their families, school shooters, like you name it.
Now, we've been
they
saying
all
was making
said
them
they
this
heard
way.
voices in their head. And this is the technology confirming they can do that.
And it was crazy because a couple other things he said, he was actually in there using it on them people, telling them, can you hear it? I'm like, nigga, don't point that at me if it was me in there.
Yeah,
but
you saw it?
Yeah, but he was pointing it. But he also said, I've never been more happy. He said, I've been happy forever. Basically, he's gonna be happy forever. Like, so they can program you to be happy. You know what I mean? They can make people depressed. They can make people suicidal. So it was a lot of different things that he was speaking on that they can do. And it's nothing but he pointed it at you. So that was very intriguing. But it was like, damn, this is crazy because it's a lot, way more controlling than what you think. Because you never know. They could find a way to put these in the towers and you just going down the street.
Maybe it already is, you know?
Yeah, and they
Maybe
wonder
it's
why
already
people keeping people on low vibrational frequencies, or it's wild. And they have these things. You have neurotransmitters in your brain. So they even get to a point where your prefrontal cortex, the things that you are making conscious decision on, you are probably not even really making the decisions that you think you making. You probably are not even really in control. They did a study and they had a dude, he had the lady come in there. They had like 2 seats, random seats. He had 2 envelopes in the seat. And he told her, like, basically pick what seat you want. She walked inside, and in the envelope, he like opened the envelope, and the envelope said, you're gonna sit right here. And then she was like, oh, you probably just put that in both envelopes. He opened the other envelope and it said, you're not gonna sit right here. So it's a deeper study. I'm gonna have to give y'all the reference, but the way it broke down the mind to the point where they can put you in a phase as if you off like amnesia when you sleep. And when that's how people don't feel pain, because your prefrontal cortex is shut down. And they study the brain waves and the frequencies of it. Like, I'm not gonna get too much in that bag, but
nah, you in your
gonna
bag
get
right now, because
yeah.
this the craziest part. It can be a room full of us, but he said the frequency, the wavelength is so small that they can zap you, have you hearing some shit without us hearing what you're hearing.
And I'm up here bugging out.
Like it won't hit us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he said when you have a regular sound wave, they're a different size. So usually when you have sound versus sound, it'll cancel out. But this wave is so small, you can get the sound with the sound, and it'll just turn into a motherfucking laser.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like they're doing that to people that couldn't affect change to make it seem like they're going crazy then? Like
absolutely. Absolutely. I think they might have hit Kanye with
we
this
just
shit.
seen Culligan zombie out here.
We're like, come on.
They might have did.
And I heard that, well, not heard, I read that some of that, they implement something in your tooth. So like a chip, like in your tooth. Then I think about, well, how many times you done went to the dentist?
Man.
They said you had a cavity and you went and got a second opinion and you didn't. So how many people got these chips under these fillings and they don't know?
Or
and
a crown.
A crown.
Which I'm due for.
And I just spoke to somebody today who just got a crown. So,
And then Epstein Island, they had what? They had dentist chairs. And people going, what the fuck are these chairs for?
so
All this shit starting to tie together. Okay?
I posed the question again. For those who are spiritual and or religious, Revelations, it talks about the chip in the finger. Now, it might not necessarily be an actual chip in the finger because it's just giving you nuances, but it sounds similar to, are we living in the end of days? If for those who are on that type of time, spiritually, that just sounds like we living in Revelations and it's coming to fruition.
Yeah,
It says,
for me, I just don't see ever like coming to the end of days. I just feel like because the world is made for everybody to evolve at some point. So now everybody's gonna come to the end of their days one day, but I don't see the earth just ever ending.
nah, I don't either. So this says it makes people experience tactile, auditorial, and visual hallucinations. It is used extensively to grape children. He said these transmitters are often are readily visible from the street as a satellite dish. Between the radio signal that is recorded of a person's near a transceiver and the conditioning, people who hear the transmission begin to experience sensations similar to a person who made the recording. So these motherfuckers can make you feel things. They can make you feel pain. They can basically torture you. And like bro was saying, for the video I seen, they were going, well, we can make a whole small city block feel a certain type of way. Like he said, suicidal, depression, happy, sad. Like they can literally control your emotions, period.
So does that fall in line with chemtrails?
Chemtrails. And you think about COVID, like everybody kept saying, damn, COVID feel different. I don't know what it is, but it's something just feel different.
So remember, what was when all that shit hit, that was like 2019, the whole COVID shit, right? When we was all getting sick. Verbatim, I remember myself and Viral, I think he made his post first. Hey man, I got the flu, but this don't feel like the flu. So, when people say things that can resonate, but you like, I'm not trying to, but the reality of it was true. I recall myself, him, and a slew of other people, like this don't feel like a flu.
This shit lasting too long.
Yeah, it's just different. Flus, when you have the flu, we all know, you do feel like you near death. But motherfuckers felt like they died and was still living. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it felt like when this first came about. So, they experiment on us all the time. We already know in the military, they experiment on people in the military heavily. So why not experiment on the public? And so here we are.
Bro, nigga think he looking at a Dish Network satellite and it's a motherfucking transmitter. Nigga walk by, hey, shoot up this whole crowd. This guy.
When was that now? They got it to where, I don't know if it's in California. I do know it's in certain parts of Florida or other states. You can shoot a gun right now, and there's a sensor that will let them know where it's at, like just proximity.
I think they have that in the airports too. Gunshot
It's nationally then.
Yeah. I believe Lakewood, they just implemented that in Lakewood.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much going to be everywhere. I just think about those people who be off in their family. And you're like, what the f they do that for? Imagine
that's wild.
A voice told you to do it. You thinking it's God. They turn it off and you look up and you don't even know what you did.
So do you believe in CTE or is it along the lines of what we're discussing right now?
Man, you got to question everything at this fucking point.
Yeah, because when you said that, I thought about the wrestler. I don't know if you remember Chris Benoit. He went home and did that to his whole, what you just said right there, he did that to his whole entire family, but he kept complaining of headaches and things like that. And so that's why I don't want to get on the conspiracy thing, but that you kind of braiding two things in one where it sounds like.
Didn't Junior Seau do the same thing?
Junior Seau did the same thing. But he didn't do it to his family though. He did it to himself.
Nah, I know. I'm just saying in general though. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Bruh, they just said Kurt Cobain didn't really off himself.
Yeah, they said it was a murder.
They said it was a murder investigation that they covered up and tried to make it seem like he offed himself.
Because the girl he was dating was, supposedly had dealings with the CIA and things of that nature. So
the singer that Courtney.
Yes, I forget her last name.
Yeah, but the little rock and roll chick, right?
Yeah. So
This shit
as they
crazy,
say,
cuz. Like,
suicide letter.
Something like that.
But we seen even in the files, you seen they said they got cleanup, man. So y'all be thinking that shit a game.
I
Like
believe 100%.
they got people
that,
they can control the scene. If you got all the power, you can do whatever. You can make people believe what you want them to believe.
Hey, you know, funny because you talk about the Epstein File. It's a show on Prime. Alex Cross. Season 2 just came out. Have y'all?
Oh,
yeah?
came out? I'm about to go watch it.
Damn,
Check
Alex
it
Cross
out.
was
Check
fire.
this
Yeah, the
out.
first
Hold on,
season's
which
crazy.
one though? Because they got one with
No,
Tyler
the old
Perry.
dude, the
They
black
got
dude.
one-
Nah, the black, the buff.
I
The
don't
dude
know
who
what
played
else
in NWA, he played MC Ren. That's the best. That's
Yeah.
y'all know what I'm talking
I
about.
read the
I do.
Alex Cross books, but
Well,
I know what you.
Nah, this
go
show is
ahead.
good.
So this
Yeah.
show, this second season just came out, bro. It's about Epstein, basically about Epstein
I'm
Island.
gonna watch it.
But what happened is the people that Alex Cross is hunting down, he's hunting down the people that hurt children, and they murdered the PDF files offenders. So he's hunter let's just say the vigilante of people who hurt children. It's only 3 episodes that's out right now, but I think now that we're in that bag is why would they have Alex Cross chase after people who are offing off those people who's doing things to children to make it seem like they're doing something bad, but really the crime that that was acting of the people who are committing on those children as if like, oh, well, they deserve a day in court, even though they did this heinous crime.
Right. Now
You know what I'm saying?
But that's
the-
good
Again,
writing.
I think it's that slow drip what we talked about a few episodes ago to make it seem like it's okay for this crime they get a day in court instead of offing these people that are doing it.
Bruh, people
And-
was more outraged at Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl than what the fuck is in these Epstein files.
Well,
That's when I know
agree.
society is fucked up.
Yeah, we know. Like I said,
Y'all
it's
is
the
crazy.
gladiator
to me,
effect.
like I said, if they see it, they don't care. Like they said, they was actually really raping people. You know what I'm saying?
Not people, children.
Yeah, I know. Raping children,
Infants.
making the children have the babies and using the babies to get top from them.
Yeah. They said they would.
Sick,
They
man.
said
That
they would.
sounds big. That's
They
like-
said they would starve the babies for days, and then use the babies for fellatio because when they're hungry, they suck better or
They
harder.
say use the mama voice; it'll make them suck harder.
So
like imagine hearing that. Come on, bro.
So they're using
like,
the skull shit to implement the mom's voice to make the
So
babies
sick,
give them
man.
more fellatio.
so 2 things
This
is
is
happening
crazy,
here.
gang.
We're seeing how
have a nigga on
sadistic
fire. Yeah.
we're seeing how sadistic a portion of society clearly is, and then that other portion of society that you're speaking to, which is where you get the term fake outrage, because this is a moment when we should be outraged. But think about the things that the public and our society actually gets outraged over. Think about what y'all really get outraged over. That's equivalent to a few weeks ago when we was talking about how cats crash out. You finna crash out because somebody smudged your Pumas. That's the hill you want to die on. Now you actually have a hill to die on. Like that man,
Right.
he appears to be crashing out in the airport. He was absolutely not crashing out. But
For sure.
he was not. But come on, let's keep it a buck.
But because he know
It
people
looked like if you just a casual person, he looked like man, what's
He
up with
crazy.
him? He
Yeah.
looked crazy.
Because just think about it. Imagine someone who has no idea about any of this, and then you're the first person to explain what's going on, but you're actually giving real documented details.
You look like the asshole.
You look like a maniac. You crazy.
Correct.
What the? You need to
But-
go a straitjacket. But
from-
this is real though.
But for most people, they're gonna want to see, show me it. If you ain't show me it, it didn't happen.
But
That's most of society. That's how.
but
they-
when you show them and they're showing you,
It's AI.
I know it's
That's
AI
why-
now, but that's why they've been transcending this in AI and mixing stuff up. All I'm saying is it's getting to a point where it's like even us, you know what I mean? We speak on it, and it's like ain't nobody gonna give a fuck if we crash out or not. I'm like them niggas was idiots, or them niggas shouldn't have even been talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So. You get to a point where it's like you gotta do things behind the scene, in my opinion, and try to find some like-minded people that's gonna meet up on it. Because even being vocal like this, nigga, you make yourself a target.